Hi guys. Today we're going to talk about the feeling of being afraid. Sometimes each one of us, even grown-ups, are afraid. And some things are real and maybe there's a reason why we're afraid. And some things are not, and we can help not being scared. We can help ourselves. So first, I actually want to read this book. It's called Franklin in the Dark. And this book is written by Paulette Bourgeois and Brenda Clark. And it is about Franklin. Who knows what type of character is Franklin? If you said a turtle, you are right. So I'm going to read it and you can watch the pictures. Franklin could slide down a riverbank all by himself. He could count forwards and backwards. He could even zip zippers and button buttons. But Franklin was afraid of small dark places. And that was a problem because Franklin was a turtle. But he was afraid of crawling into his own dark shell. And so Franklin the turtle dragged his shell behind him. See him? Every night, Franklin's mother would take a flashlight and shine it into his shell. See, she would say, there's nothing to be afraid of. She always said that. She wasn't afraid of anything. But Franklin was sure that creepy things, slippery things, and monsters were living inside the shell. Oh boy. So Franklin went looking for help. He walked and he walked until he met a duck. Quack, quack. Excuse me, duck. I'm afraid of small dark places and I can't crawl inside my shell. Can you help me? Maybe, said the duck. Quack, quack. You see, I'm afraid of very deep water. And sometimes when nobody is watching, I wear my water wings. Would my water wings help you? No, said Franklin. I'm not afraid of the water. Now, guys, is that a problem for a duck to be afraid of water? I think so, because ducks spend a lot of time in the water. So Franklin walked and walked and walked and walked until he met a lion. Excuse me, lion. I'm afraid of small dark places and I can't crawl inside my shell. Can you help me? Maybe, roared the lion. You see, I'm also afraid. I'm afraid of great, loud noises. Sometimes when nobody's looking, I wear my earmuffs. Would my earmuffs help you? Would the earmuffs help Franklin? So Franklin said, I don't think so. I'm not afraid of noises. So Franklin walked and walked and walked and walked until he met a bird. Excuse me, birdie, excuse me. I'm afraid of small dark places and I can't crawl inside my shell. Can you help me? Maybe, chirped the bird. I'm afraid of flying so high that I get dizzy and I fall to the ground. Sometimes, when nobody's looking, I put on my parachute. Would my parachute help you? No, said Franklin. I'm not afraid of flying high and getting dizzy. So Franklin walked and walked and walked and walked until he met a polar bear. Excuse me, polar bear. I'm afraid of small, dark places. Can you help me? Maybe, said the polar bear. You see, I'm afraid of freezing. Should he be afraid of freezing? Should he? He lives in a place where it's very cold. Sometimes when nobody's looking, I wear my snowsuit to bed. Would my snowsuit help you? No, said Franklin. Your snowsuit will not help. I'm not afraid of freezing on icy cold nights. No, no, no. Franklin was tired and hungry. He walked home. Here he is, walking home without his shell, dragging his shell, until he met his mom. Oh, Franklin, I was so afraid that you were lost. I was so scared. Mommy, you were afraid? I didn't know mothers were ever afraid, said Franklin. And then, where were you? Were you afraid? Where were you? I walked and walked and walked, and I met different animals. Then I also met a lion, and he was afraid of loud noises. Said Mom. Does she believe? And then I met a bird who was afraid of falling, and a polar bear who was afraid of freezing. They were all afraid of something. Said Mom. It was getting late, and Franklin was very, very tired and very, very hungry. They walked and they walked until they went home. Franklin's mother gave him a cold supper and a warm hug, and then she sent him off to bed, and she said, "Good night, Franklin." Well, Franklin knew what he had to do. He crawled right inside of his small dark shell. He was sure he saw creepy things in there and a monster, but he said a brave good night, and then, when nobody was looking, Franklin turned on his night lamp and he went to sleep. The end. So what do you do if you are scared? I have an idea. When I am scared to go to sleep because it's dark, or when it's raining and storming, I say Shema. I say Shema, Shema Israel, and then I know Hashem will protect me. Just remember, guys, that everyone feels afraid. Feeling afraid is okay. The important thing is to do whatever you could do to help your fear. So maybe say Shema, maybe don't watch scary movies, maybe don't read scary books, and that is my advice. If you can, you could take a piece of paper and write what you are afraid of and how you take care of it. Bye-bye, everyone.